Okay, so I want to make this little follow-up video to the one I made before about how I plan to be debt-free by 2026. In my last video, I had this whole strategy planned out, or at least a general idea. It was basically just keep working at Walmart, keep piling up money in my savings, and then when I had a nice chunk saved up, I'd hit my student loans with these big, giant payments and just knock it down. That was the idea at the time, but now I'm at a different stage. Now I'm at a point where I actually have a decent-sized savings. Step one is complete. And it kind of feels a little surreal because for the longest time, I thought I'd be stuck in this paycheck to paycheck cycle. And now it's like, I've actually managed to build a little bit of cushion. And with that cushion in place, I've started shifting gears a bit. Before I was paying like 150, 200 bucks a month towards my debts. Now I'm putting down to like 600 a month. And the cool thing is, it doesn't feel like I'm struggling too much when I do it. Like, yes, money's going out, but it feels manageable. Like I can still save money while making bigger payments. My minimum per month is like 90 bucks, so I'm doing like over 6 times that. So the pace I'm going right now, I should be able to pay off my student loans before I graduate with my master's. Or at least by June 2026. That's kind of my personal benchmark. I've got this like whole mental image of me walking across the stage, graduating, and having these loans behind me. And also, since my other loan is smaller, and actually it's a lower interest rate, I think it's like 5.5, I should be able to pay it off at the end of 2026. So right on schedule. Maybe even a little sooner if things go well. And what's making this possible is kind of funny because I'm not pulling in a huge salary. Like I'm still working at Walmart. And I know some people are probably thinking, why do you stay at Walmart when you're in grad school? But honestly, it's kind of working out. Well, one, I get cheaper groceries, which might not sound like a huge deal, but trust me, it adds up week after week. And two, my expenses are really, really low right now because I'm staying with my parents. Like, yeah, I'd love my own place eventually, but for now, the setup kind of makes sense. I'm able to pay off my debt comfortably without stressing about rent or utilities or all that extra stuff. And three, working at Walmart is really easy. Like, the job's not hard. I just work in the deli, I make fried chicken all day. And because of that, I don't have to like stress about work and going to school. I can just clock in, do my job, and go home. Then when it's time for school, I can focus on that. But yeah, I've been thinking about how this feels different from my original plan. At first, I was kind of in this mindset of hoarding all this cash, like, let me build this huge pile of savings and then just torch my debt with it. But then I realized, the longer I sit on my debt, the more interest is stacking up. And that's just draining money away from me. So it feels smarter to just make these bigger payments each month. Also, I think, mathematically, it just makes more sense that way as well. Plus, it's kind of motivating. Like, I can literally watch the balance shrink month after month. Each month I can see that balance getting lower and lower and closer to zero. And don't get me wrong, I'm still saving. That's the cool part. Because my expenses are so low, I can afford to do both. I can throw 600 out my debt and still stash away some money on the side. That way if something unexpected happens, like my car breaks down or just something random, I'm not left scrambling. And I think that's what makes me feel the best about it. I have this balance between being aggressive with my debt and not being completely screwed if something happens. And I'm just going to ramble here for a second, because I think a lot of the financial stuff you see online, especially on YouTube, can be super rigid. Like people say, you just throw every single dollar to debt, or something along those lines. And I get the logic behind it, but I don't know. For me, it's all about flexibility. Like I could empty my bank accounts and just pay off my debt faster, but I'd be anxious 24/7 because I'd have no safety net. But if I only saved, let that debt just keep getting higher and higher, that interest would eat me alive. So it's kind of like a cool middle ground. What's crazy is how doable all this feels. Back when I took out these loans a few years back, I thought I'd be stuck paying these debts off forever. But now I can actually see the finish line. If I keep up this pace, maybe even bump it up a little bit, get some extra hours or maybe get a raise, I could probably get this done ahead of schedule. Like, how crazy would it be if I walked into 2026 already, debt-free, instead of waiting until December of that year? That thought honestly keeps me going. And speaking of motivation, let me say this too. Living with my parents isn't always the easiest thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm super grateful for it. And it saved me a ton of money. But sometimes I do feel a little weird about it. I'm in grad school, I'm working, I'm a grown man. But I'm still under their roof. But then I remember that this is just temporary. It's just part of the plan. I've got another video talking about living with your parents, and I talk about how it's not a bad thing as long as you're building towards something. And each month paying off my debt is proof that the sacrifice is worth it. So yeah, to sum it all up, I'm in the next stage of my plan. Instead of just saving up money and waiting, I'm actively attacking my debt with bigger payments each month. I've got a savings, my expenses are low, and I can realistically see myself paying off my debt before the end of 2026. Maybe even earlier. And honestly, it feels good. It feels like the pieces are all coming together. And for the first time in a while, I'm not just surviving financially, I'm actually moving forward. But yeah, that's my little update on my debt-free journey. I just wanted to share where I'm at, because I feel like some people just post a I'm debt-free video at the very end and never see the messy parts in the middle. But I think the middle is important too. And maybe if you're in a similar spot, working a job you may not like the best, living with your parents, just grinding it out. If that's you, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, one loan down by June, then I've got a year and a half to knock the next one. Hopefully before December. And based on what I'm doing right now, I definitely can get that done. But that's the plan. Let's see if we can pull it off. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more updates and videos like this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.